couldn't do right. Because we were trying to do it without God. Ain't no right without God. Amen. Amen. Again, we thank God for being here on today. Amen. It's only Him that makes us right. Amen. Makes us right. In the midst of trouble, He makes us right. Amen. We're going to open with a word of prayer. Amen. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord. We thank you for blessing us and for keeping us, Lord. You brought us a mighty long way, Lord. Out of 2019, we didn't just cross over a year, we crossed over into a new decade. And Father, like you spoke into my heart, perfect spiritual vision in 2020, Lord. And we're standing on your side, Lord, standing on the wall, working to get it done. All of that, what you've given us to do and given us the ways to do, we will apply in your mighty name. And Father, we know that your word tells us that if you said it, it shall be done. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Thank God. Amen. 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 And while we're yet standing, one more time, I'm just going to read the last two verses. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 24 and 25. Hallelujah. If you're with me, say amen. 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 There will be no more false visions and flattering predictions in Israel. For I am the Lord, and if I say it will happen, there will be no more delays, you rebels of Israel. I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your own lifetime. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. Amen? Amen. Amen. Just want to speak to you from the thought of it is done. Amen? Amen. It is done. Amen. We thank God for being God all by himself. Amen? Amen. 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 For God gave two in this 21 to 28, he gave two short messages for the people, and these two short messages were warnings that God's word would come true. Yes. Amen. And not only come true, but come true soon. Yes. Amen. And I was talking just briefly with Pastor Driver here. We are Israel. Amen. We are the people of Israel. We are sons of the Most High God. People want to put it on the landmass. Amen. But it's not the place. It's the grace. Amen. We are Israel by grace. God blessed us, sent his son to save us and to recoup us. Amen. Amen. And we are his. He said here in this writing, less than 6 years later, Jerusalem would be destroyed. And yet people were skeptical. He told them what was coming. And they were still skeptical. Unbelief and false security led them to believe it would never happen. Worst thing you can believe, that God ain't going to do what he said he was going to do. Amen? That's the worst opinion you can have. The Apostle Peter dealt with this in the second Peter chapter 3, verse 8 and 9. Amen? And it says, but you must not forget this one thing, dear friends. A day is like 1,000 years to the Lord, and 1,000 years is like a day. The Lord isn't really being slow about his promise, as some people think. No, he is being patient for your sake. All right. He's giving you time to get it right. Amen. You see, some people will say, I got this. And they go off to do it by themselves. No. Don't get out there by yourself and find yourself without God. Living outside of the ark of safety. Amen. Uncovered. That's not where we want to be. You don't want to be living out there. Amen. It said that, no, he's being patient for your sake. He does not want anyone to be destroyed, but wants everyone to repent. Amen? Amen. Amen. So for the first thing that we need to do, the word tells us, is we got to repent. Yeah. We got to turn and go another way. You got to do that which he's given you to do. You see, some people want to think that you want to think outside the box. Well, that's kind of interesting because God isn't limited to the box.
I like that.
Come on. The boxes that you and me, we get caught up in boxes. I mean, folks get caught up in the car they drive, box on wheels. Folks get caught up on the house they live in, box with many compartments. But where do we end up at the end of the day? In a box. That gets put in another box. That gets lowered into a jug box. And there's a box on the wall that you put a little heat on. Amen? So whether you've been buried in the grave or you've been cremated and stuck in a box on the wall, you end up in another box. But you can't put God in a box. Amen? So my God is all-knowing. He's omnipresent and all-powerful. It ain't no box big enough to hold my God. Amen? Ain't no box big enough. So what do we need to do? We need to think outside the box. The box that God can't fit into. Sometimes God chose to do things the same way. He opened the Red Sea for his people to cross and to get to the other side. Amen? You ever read that story? Know about that one? But then he opened the Jordan River for his people to cross to the other side. Two different bodies of water, same method. Amen? Okay? So that's what he did. He did it the same way. He enabled David in different situations to kill a lion, to kill a bear, and to kill a giant with a slingshot. Who did it? David. How did he do it? The power of the Most High God. God did it the same way in the same man. Amen? But there are times when God decided to do things a different way. He told Moses, speak to the rock. That's right. Bring it. I'm sorry. He told Moses to strike the rock. And Moses struck the rock. He told Moses to speak to the rock. And Moses struck the rock. You see, Moses got it twisted when he thought God got it twisted. No, Lord, you want me to strike the rock like you had me do the last time. No, do what God tells you to do. See, you can't get ahead of God. Oh, I know what to do. He told me about this last time. No, every time he gives you something to do, he gives you the way to do it. Amen? He gives you how to complete that task. I got a job for you, and here's how I need you to do it. Yes, sir. But the problem is, a lot of time the one speaking those words is not God.
Hallelujah.
Ooh, come on with it.
Have you ever been in a situation when you got down on your knees and you said to the Most High God, Lord, I need you to work this out.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
and here's how I want you to do it. You might as well have put a period in what you said. You ain't got to tell God how to be God. You don't have to tell him how to be who he's been for longer than time has been in. You see, I learned early on from my pastor, he said that God set time into motion. He was there before time. So how you going to tell the creator of time how much time he got to do time? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't give the boss his orders. So there's no box to these occurrences. Jesus said, son, stand still. And his son stood still. It said that the battle was going on. And as long as the hands were held up, that Israel was winning the battle. But man gets tired. And his arms began to drop. And the sun began to set. And what did they do? His boys came by his side and lifted up his arms.
Hallelujah.
And what happened with the battle? They began to win again. Amen? You see, sometimes you got to do your part in what God has for you to do. God will give you an opportunity to serve him. Because that's what we've been called to do.
Amen.
Jesus came, stepped out of heaven. He was separated from the triune Godhead, walked in this muddy ball. to be an example for you and for me. He came with all power. But he came to be a servant. He didn't come to be God on earth, to reign on earth, but he came to be a servant and an example that he could get this what he needed to get. He had to go into the depths of hell. He had to fight the good fight. But when he left, he didn't leave like he came. Amen? He left with all power in his hand. He left with the keys in his hand. The keys that Adam had surrendered to Satan when he messed up. But what he do? He messed up so that Jesus could bless us. Amen? He had to show us who he truly was. He didn't come to floor show and to put on the shiny robe and to turn the light on so you couldn't see him, that you couldn't even look upon him. But he came amongst the people, walked with the people. Oh, did he walk with just the good folks? Oh, no. The word said that he walked and set the prostitutes free. Free from the bondage that was in them. They were people who looked upon him and said, you can't be with them. You can't talk to them. They said he sat with the wine bibbers.
That's right.
Could you imagine what they really thought when folks were speaking in tongues? Oh, they done got the good wine again. Oh, they talking that bottle talk. No. But the Most High God came and did what he said that he would do. He walked around the cities, the walls of the city for 7 days, and then shouted, and the walls fall down. He enabled Samson to kill thousands of enemy soldiers with the jawbone of a donkey. Amen? He allowed him. He went to the wedding. Got there. First miracle. And they said, we got a problem. They told his mother that they were out of wine. We got some water in the back. We ain't got no wine. See, his mama looked to him and said, baby, do a little something for me. And Jesus made it well. He said that he made it so well that the people began to wonder, why did they serve the good wine at the end of the day? You see, what usually happens is they put the good stuff out first. And then folks may get a little involved, and then you go on and throw the $1.99 out. Amen? You know, they go from corks to screw tops. Amen? They go from the good stuff to the old stuff. See? There's some that know and some that don't know. And some that know that act like they don't know. Amen? But that's all right. Amen? I know. Amen? But the thing is, he said that they looked up around what Jesus provided. And he provided the best. Always. What? He provided the best, and it's not a period. Amen? Because everything he does, he provides the best. When he took on you and me, he provided the best. I don't know how much a mess you were when he came into your life, but I know how much a mess I was. And he took me from a mess to the best. I was by myself, lost and confused, trying to get it right my own way. And he began to pour into my life. He began to pour his word into me. He brought me over here back to Tabernacle. Amen. He brought me back to Tabernacle. And he set me amongst a body of Bible-believing, Bible-teaching, Bible-preaching, loving people. Amen. But he still wasn't done with me. He said he had some more for me to do. And he needed me to have some help. And he said, Sister Charlotte Tillman. What I'm telling you, that I went from blessed to my very best. I said when the Lord said, they said people like when you find a wife, you find a good thing. I find a great woman. Amen. He lifted me up. And not only did he lift me up, but he allowed me to bring a couple with me. Amen. Amen. I picked up a couple at the altar. And then we rooted and grew a couple our own. Amen. Amen. God is in the blessing business. And he'll do for you what you want him to do if you're willing to follow the instructions. Amen. There were 3 Hebrew boys who were walking around in a burning fiery furnace. And they had said before they got in the furnace, even if my Lord don't set me free, I know he can. I know he will. I know because I truly believe in who he is. And they said that that's all right, they still threw him in. That the king got upset, said stoke the fire 7 times hotter. They said it got so hot that those that threw him in got burned up in the process. I struggled with that as a young man. How close did they have to be to the fire that the fire leapt out and got them and didn't get those that they were throwing in? There was a miracle before the miracle. Amen. They threw them in. The fire reached out past the 3 boys who were tied up, couldn't wiggle and couldn't jump out the way, and got the throwers and not the goers. Amen. So they got in and they did begin to wiggle. You know, he'll make you dance. Amen. He'll make you dance. Oh, you ever been burned?
No.
It'll make you sing. No. Sometimes you might sing some things you ain't supposed to. Amen. You might say, oh Lord, oh God, or God, well, some other things. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's real. It gonna happen. But they said that they danced. I remember being hearing about David dancing. Amen. They said David danced. He danced out in clothes. Yes, he did. He danced when he praised the Lord. There was some dancing going on. But these 3 Hebrew boys in the furnace, they began to dance. They danced out their ropes. And then they said, folks looked up and said, what ropes? Wait a minute. Who are they dancing with? Because as they looked into the fiery furnace, what did they say? They said, we threw in 3, but I see 4. All right. And then there was another young boy. It looked like the Son of God. They said that they came out when they brought them out, that they didn't even smell like smoke. There wasn't no ropes on them. And they didn't even smell like smoke. The same fire that burnt up the throwers, the fire had to let them go. And there was no remnant of the fire. Now, I didn't see nothing in my Bible about their coloring, amen? I don't know if they had no tan, but if they didn't have no smoke, I don't think they got a tan, amen? But Jesus was right there before the trouble showed up, amen? Jesus. The Bible is full of examples. He's there before trouble show up. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't get there before God show up. Amen. God will tell you that trouble is on the way. Yes, you need to be on your knees. You need to be calling my name. You need to be serving me. You need to be taking care of business. Don't you wait no more. Why? Because I ain't slow. I'm just a little patient. But every time I call your name, it might be a little bit softer and a little bit softer. Check with that little boy, amen? Said he heard something calling his name. He went to the apostle and told him. He said, well, the next time you hear it, say, yes, Lord, here I am. You better say, yes, Lord, here I am. You better find the word. Grab some scriptures that'll hold on to you and hold on to them, amen? You better pull something into you. It's that which comes into you is what will come out of you. If you pour the soul of the Spirit of God in, it's the Spirit of God that will come out of you. If you deeply dig into those scriptures, it is those scriptures who come out of you. When? All the time. In your time of need and in your time of blessing. Sometimes you'll come across some people who mean you bad harm. But when you begin to speak the word,
Come on,
you begin to speak the word.
Come on.
Man, I ain't got time for this fool. He talking that crazy. It's my mama used to talk. You were talking. You didn't know his mama used to talk that to him. But guess what? Somebody knew. Amen. Somebody prayed for him. I know they prayed for them because they prayed for me. Brought me. Got down on their knees. Took the time to pray for me. Oh, you and I know. I'm so glad they prayed. Amen. I'm glad I had a drug problem as a kid. I'm glad they drugged me in the church even when I didn't want to go. I'm glad I had to go to Bible study and Sunday school and morning worship and YPWW and junior usher board and junior deacon board and junior whatever board there was left over. Amen. I'm glad that when school was out, my grandfather put us in the car and we went to the old church, met the folks over there, and going on over to where the new church was being built. We rolled wheelbarrows full of sand and dirt and moved wood from this pile to that pile and all of that stuff to build the Liberty Church of God in Christ. We were there. My name is written in the foundation of what is now a laundromat. But the Spirit of the Lord was there with us. We learned to do and how to. Amen? We learned from those who knew. Why? Because God was yet teaching us. There are many things that I'm capable of. Why? Because God put us to work early. Amen. And he's yet doing it. Everything he gives you to do, he gives you the ability to do. He does. Are you willing to go forward? Yeah. Are you willing to go forward? Yeah. He said that there's two possible explanations for the things of what happened throughout the Bible. There's a place called Swan Quarters, North Carolina. And in 1876, it was either the most outstanding coincidence or an act of God. The Methodist Episcopal Church South needed a new building. So when someone donated a lot on Oyster Creek Road, they accepted it. They accepted it even though it wasn't their first choice. It was free. It was in a low-lying land. So they constructed a sturdy little white frame. Just what Jerry said, oh Lord. A low-lying land. What a low-lying land means? Below water level, amen? It was swamp time. You see? They constructed a sturdy little white frame church and put it up on brick pilings. Days later, a storm lashed the town, and those within sight of Oyster Creek Road witnessed something amazing. The church building, still intact, was afloat. The flood had lifted it off the pilings and sent it down the road. Wow. They tried to moor it with ropes, but that church building moved on. At the town center, as dozens of people watched helplessly, it made a short, inexplicable right turn and continued on. Finally, in the same decisive manner, it veered off the road. It headed straight for a vacant lot and stopped dead in the center. The floodwaters eventually receded, but the building is still there. Amen. In fact, more than 130 years have passed since the church, now called the Providence Methodist Church, floated itself to the most desirable property in the town. What's so amazing about this? The lot where it settled had originally been the congregation's first choice for their building. But the landowner, Sam Sadler, turned them down flat. The morning after the flood, he went over to the church and presented the pastor with the deed. I'm telling you, God is still able. Just like he did it for them. He'll do it for you. He'll make a way out of nowhere. That which you seeking in God, don't just ask, but thank him for. If you say you need to move, oh, you need to start getting some boxes. If you say you need to move, you need to start getting rid of some things that you ain't taking with you. If you say you need a new job, you need to start preparing for the war wardrobe that it's going to take to stand in that position. If you're saying that you need new help, oh, you need to start thanking the doctors and telling them you're going to be moving on. Why? Because I don't need to see you no more. I'm going to see the specialist you told me to see, and you'll get the paperwork in the mail. I'm going to do what God said. I'm going to serve like I need to serve. I heard one time they said that they were praying in this little town for rain, and they were having a gathering at the church, and folks began to walk down the road to the church house. They said they looked up and the church was packed, but this little old lady came in, and she came in with a raincoat on. She came in with her galoshes on. She came in with an umbrella. Folks began to look at her and say, "What you doing with all that?" Y'all said y'all was going to ask God for rain. If you're going to ask him, you better be ready to receive. I'm telling you, if you ask God, you better be willing to receive. Be ready for that which you're seeking. Because if you ask him, he's going to do exactly what he said he would. If you ask him, he's going to bless the only way he's able to bless. 100%. God does it all. He's a giver. He lives in the blessing. He doesn't bless you just to bless you, but he blessed you to bless his Holy Father. He blessed you to bless everybody around you. He blessed you so you can be a blessing to someone else. Amen. God will give into you so you can give into somebody else. It's not for you to keep for yourself. Amen. It's for you to share in the building of this army. If you ask, it is done. If you ask in the name of Jesus, it is done. You got to do it, but do it the right way. Ask God to give you a creative idea of what should be done. Ask him to move in your situation and what in the way that he thinks best. And listen carefully for what he says. Be obedient and watch for the miracles. Be obedient and watch for the miracles. Scripture says, write the vision and make it plain. Huh? Make it plain. Make it plain so that not only you can read it, but those around you can read it. I want people praying for me. I want people praying with me. I don't want to just pray for me. I want to pray for you and those around you. I want the prayers of the righteous to be on my side. For the prayers of the righteous, it won't avail much. It will bring you through. It will give you the legs to stand on and a way to go. If you trust him and believe him. If you trust him and believe him, he will make a way out of no way in your life. Amen? Amen. Give the Lord a hand. Amen. The Jesus that we serve received an assignment from his heavenly Father. He was asked to go to this ball of dirt, to walk around all day on this ball, to suffer, to bleed, and to die for you and me. I just see in my own mind's eye that by the time God had finished describing the assignment, Jesus was teaching the elders. He said he was about 8 years old, amen, when his family looked up and didn't see him with them, but found him teaching in the synagogue. Jesus don't mess around. He don't waste no time. He ain't late. Don't you be caught late. Amen? Follow the example of my Lord and Savior. That's what he sent Jesus to do. Not only to recover, but to be an example. So that you and I can be free. Amen? When he suffered, bled, and died, gave the covered keys, chained the devil to the front door of his house, went back into his Father. after he's done, when he has done, I said, if you wait on the table, what on the Lord? Do this in remembrance of God. We are to take the blood and the bread in remembrance of him. Know who we can count on. Know who we can count on. Know who we can count on. Our Lord and Savior Jesus. Hallelujah. We're going to move holy part of our service. We're going to partake of the Sabbath. We're now also need to move into position at this time.